Okay, I'm here today with a very funny topic. I want to talk about feelings, and I want to talk about what type of feelings you may have, and the funny part is about your approach in relationship with the settings that you have. Because, in general, we have two different groups of feelings, like introverted feelings and extroverted feelings, and you either have one of them, and by having one of them, your approach in your relationship is going to be totally different, and it's not going to be the same. So when it comes to relationships, actually we talk about two people here, the male and the female, maybe the male and the male, doesn't matter, female. But the thing is that you and your partner may have different form of feelings, and with that being said, your approach in your relationship is going to be totally different, and you may not feel you're on the same page, and there will be a lot of confusion while you have interaction with each other. Anyway, let's just start from the first group, the extroverted feelers. Okay, the extroverted feelers are the groups that share a lot of feelings all the time. They always try to take care of others. They have their feelings extrovertedly. I mean, they try to just share it all the time, just show it to others, and they can actually feel the feelings in the spectrum. Like if there are 10 people out there and a person with extroverted feelings, they can really realize what these people are about to feel in different, situations. Like if they're angry, people with extroverted feelings, they can just get it in only a second. Not that introverted feelers cannot do that, but with extroverted feelings, you can understand everything in very, very surface level. And with having such thing, you can actually get everything much more, earlier than the people with introverted feelings. And when it comes to relationship, it's really crazy. I don't know how it works. I mean, it's like I have extroverted feelings. Because of that, I know how it works. But in my mind, when I see a person, I know that I'm going to have a good relationship with her or not. And that's just like, wow to me, because how and what's exactly happening in my mind, that in the first sight, I know that I'm going to like the person or not, and I'm going to start the relationship with them or not. But when it comes to introverted feelings, it's totally different. People with introverted feelings, they cannot do that. They need time. They need to get into the relationship, experience, experiment, and all that things in one place. They need a long time to realize whether they like the person or not. Maybe they need a year, maybe they need 2 years, maybe even after 5 years, if you actually ask a person with introverted feelings, do you like the person that you're with? Do you think you're going to have a future with them? They may not know the correct answer and the accurate one that they're looking for. And they may say, I don't know, actually, I have no idea. I like the person, everything is fine, but I have no idea about the future. But when it comes to people with extroverted feelings, it's totally different. They actually know what's going on. And if you actually ask them that, do you see any future with that person that you started that relationship yourself, if they say no, they actually are lying to you, because I think, in my experience, as I asked a lot of people with extroverted feelings, they said yes, they actually know what they're getting into, and they're actually doing it so willingly. They're not there to experiment anything because they already know that they like the person or not. And if you're actually going to just see it a bit statistically, from a scale of 1 to 100, a person with introverted feelings start a relationship at the bottom line, at the 0, and they just try to experiment and see how everything going to just turns out and whether they like the person or not. But people with extroverted feelings, their approach is totally different. They start everything from the level 100. They like the person totally deep down at their heart. They get into the relationship, and that level is actually decreasing by the time that they're going to have argue, or they're not really feeling each other on the same page. And well, this is actually one of the facts in people's life. So people, either they have introverted feelings or extroverted feelings somewhere in their personality. They do not have both of them together. It's not like that. They only have one of them. So Apart from that, we talked about relationship, that how two person are gonna just be in a place which we call relationship. And the hard part is that if any of them have introverted feelings and the other one have extroverted feelings, they're not gonna feel that relationship in the same way. The person with extroverted feelings, when he or she gets into the relationship, they just start at 100, and the person with introverted feelings, they start at 0. And like, for instance, the extroverted feeler one just want to go out and having fun, spending time, but the introverted feelings one does not really feel on the same page. Like, why should I do that? I mean, like, I don't know the person. Why should I go out with them? Why should I actually get into this? Yes, I said yes to the relationship, but I want to know more. And as much as this person is actually trying so hard to go out and experiment everything, I mean, it's like going out to cinema, to nature and all these things. The person with introverted feelings is not really feeling the same way, and it make all the time a bit of problem in relationships. So if they have both introverted feelings, they're just like, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? Yes, maybe no. Let's just set up some time, and it's totally okay. We can just go and see how things are going to turn out. And people with extroverted feelings, if both have extroverted feelings, they're just going to say yes to going out and spending time together because they're really into each other. Otherwise, they wouldn't say yes. But if you're just getting into a relationship with the person that you don't know, and you have introverted feelings, they have extroverted feelings, it's going to be a bit tough to get at just some common point and having some common ground to actually have a good relationship. So before getting into any form of relationship, see what type of person you are. See, do you need time or not? See, do you totally okay and you know the consequences of that relationship, and you can just visualize everything from the 0 to 100. At any time when you see a girl, then you have extroverted feelings, so you can actually ask the person how they are gonna feeling. And when you know that they're either introverted feelers or extroverted feelers, you know how things gonna go in your relationship. And you can be patient, or you don't need to be patient. You already know that if they're really into you, they can go out with you or not. And it can solve a lot of problems. So this is one of the important and funny facts in our life. This is one of the patterns that I recognized when I was dating, and it made a lot of trouble at the first place because I had no idea why. It's totally different from person to person, but now that I have the knowledge, it changed a lot of parameters in there, and now things are much more easier with my relationships. Anyway, I hope you can use that tips, and I hope it'll be useful. So see how things gonna be for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and see you later.